Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. It is Marcy Denning from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous Stampin' Up! Products that I share with you. Let me start by saying, May the 4th be with you. It is Monday, May the 4th. I can't believe it's May. And that it's Monday already. This weekend just went by so quickly. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. It was a beautiful weekend here in southwestern Ontario, where I live. I got outside. I picked up some perennials. They did not get planted yet, thank goodness, because while yesterday was 22 degrees, today is a very cold 5 degrees, I believe it is right now. So I'm glad I did not plant my perennials. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? So when you come on, please say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. Sharing is caring. Please share my video. It's how I reach more crafty friends. And if you are watching the replay on YouTube, please click that subscribe button below, as well as click the notification bell. If you're not following me on Facebook yet, I would love it if you would click that following and like my Facebook business page. Okay, so today we are going to be playing with the Label Me Bold stamp set. This one here is retiring, so I am bringing all of my lives. I'm bringing retiring products to you to show you how lovely they are, and in case you are needing some more inspiration with them. Good morning, Kay. How are you? I hope you've got some better weather in South Carolina than we do up here in southwestern Ontario. So I am just going to bring you up here. Oh, I did not turn off my volume on my iPad. I'm just going to reach over here and share to my Stampers group. I'm having issues with my Stampers group. I'm getting notifications that people would like to join the group, yet when I go to the group, it says there's no join request, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm going to have to do some investigating. So I am going to take a moment to flip you around, so hold on just one moment while I get you all flipped around. Good morning, Jeannie. It's a beautiful sunny day for you. Oh, it's not here. It is overcast and cold, and when I do flip you around, you're going to see in my window my beautiful Anne Magnolia is starting to bloom, and because it's so windy, I'm afraid my blooms are going to be all blown off before they all get to open. 81, oh how lovely. Okay, hold on just one moment. There, can you see out there my beautiful magnolia? But it is, like I said, it is quite windy. Let's pull you forward, move you down, hold your, close your eyes. Hold on just for one moment while I get you all situated here. All right. Danielle is my 25-year-old daughter. We started running yesterday, and I have to say I am a little sore today, so that means tomorrow is going to be even more sore. I am sure of it. Hold on just one second here. Oh, there we go. Yes, we've decided that we've been couch potatoes long enough. We used to run a few years ago all the time, and then we stopped. So we decided yesterday that we would. It was a beautiful morning in the woods. Good morning, Nancy. It was a beautiful morning yesterday. We were out 8:15 in the morning, and It was just the two of us in the forest, but then by the time we were done, it was quite busy. All right, so I think we are all set up. We've got a little bit of shadowing. I may be a little low. You're not seeing the full screen. Hold, please. It's going to be one of those days, I think. There. We can bring it up just a bit. I think that should be a little better. I don't want you to be missing part of the screen. So this morning, I have two cards to share with you. There we go. I do apologize for all that jiggling around. Oh my goodness. I have two cards to share with you using this Label Me Bold stamp set. It is found on page 36 of the January to June mini. So this is the stamp set. It's got these fun little sentiments as well as your background images. So this is the first card. It is a very quick and easy card. As you can see, I've got that beautiful wink of Stella that I just adore all over it. And bring that light just there. And this is the Parisian Blossoms. You've got these little offcuts that when you're cutting down your designer series paper or DSP, so don't throw, even this is only a ½ inch, so don't throw those little bits out. They are perfect for getting that little bit of added detail to your cards. So the colors I am using in this are just the two different colors, Petal Pink and Pool Party. And as always, my cardstock, my base is my thick Whisper White. And then I've got my layers of my Pool Party and my regular Whisper White. And then, of course, my little strip of this beautiful designer series paper. That is also retiring. Designer series paper almost never carries over. So just keep that in mind. So if you see some designer series paper, some projects with it that you really do like, then make sure you pick it up. All right, I'm just gonna pop open my Pool Party. And make sure that this is nice and dark. I'm stamping it a couple times to load that ink up on there. So I'm just going to be stamping straight up, straight down. It doesn't matter that it's crooked because I'm going to fussy cut this out. It is so easy to fussy cut out when it has the straight lines all around it. All right, and this again is also a offcut from my Whisper White. I like to save those little bits and pieces so that I have little scraps that I can do things like this with, which is just perfect. All right, so I with this here splattery kind of background, what I did was because I'm doing two cards this morning, I've got a lot of stuff on here. I stamped off and then I stamped on my image, on my cardstock. So let me just line this up. And I've gone, the easiest way to find your placement is put your designer series paper, just lay that down round about where you think you're going to want it. So that way you know how far over. Okay, so I want my first one to be about here. And then I am rotating my stamp. The first time I stamped it this way, so my second time I'm gonna move it and stamp it the opposite so that they're not all going the exact same direction. And I'm also breathing on it, on the stamp after I have stamped off, so that my breath just moistens that ink up a little bit more. And I'm actually going to stamp the bottom inside of my card just to give it some interest. There we go. Okay, we are done with this, so we can close the pool party up and set that aside. And now my hearts, these cute little hearts. I've done the exact same thing with it as I did in with my long image. I have inked it up, stamped off. Okay. So last night I waited all day and I went to the grocery store at 8 o'clock thinking, oh, it will be quiet at that point in time, but oh my goodness, it was quite busy. I only go every week and a half to 2 weeks when we're needing our milk and bread and stuff like that. So I try to save it all up. And I was out of, we have a bread making machine, so, and I had used up the last of the bread making flour, as well as the last of the yeast, but they were completely out at the grocery store. So I think I'm gonna have to go to another store here in town to search that out. I think with everybody being home, everybody is baking. Oh, I know what I forgot to do before I put that on, but that's okay. I'm just going to put this to cover a bit more. My beautiful Wink of Stella. I have not done my splatter. So as always, I take my Good Morning Mary. I'm just looking over at the comments now. I'm taking my bone folder and my Wink of Stella, and I am tapping on it. Giving that beautiful sparkly splatter. Okay. Close that. Actually, before we put that away, let's full strength give this a little heart down there in the corner. Okay, now we can put that away. Take my bone folder, give this a nice burnish. And there we go. So tomorrow is pre-order day for us Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And did you know that if you were to join the Stampin' Up family from tomorrow on, you could add pre-order items to your Stampin' Up starter kit. So if you love these products and you want to get them at a discount, if you live in Canada, I would love to talk to you about the Stampin' Up opportunity and joining my Stampin' Up family. I absolutely love what I do. I love Stampin' Up products. As you can tell, at least I hope you can tell, and I love my team. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is, with a tiny little halo around it, there's nothing fancy about this. And just straight lines. There's the one done. Scooch that off to the side. All right, so and then I saw a great recipe on the weekend. I've been watching an awful lot of YouTube cooking videos that for peach cobbler, but this person was using self-rising bread, and I've never heard of self-rising bread. I don't know if it's an American thing. Okay, so now we're just going to add a little bit of glue on here, and we're just going to tuck you right there, right at the top. I'm just lifting it up to make sure that it is fairly straight on there, and a tiny bit on the bottom. I'll make sure I turn it around so I don't glue it on upside down, and then there we go. For you from me. Was that not a quick card? So super fast. And that's why I decided I needed to do 2 cards for you today. So, and then of course we've got that pretty little detail on the inside. Okay, so our next card, put my glue, and I did not close this ink up, is also fairly quick, just a smidge more detailed, but this is our next card. This is Crumb Cake and Mint Macaron, and this ribbon, which is so pretty, it is the Mint Macaron it just says textile ribbon. It's got a bit of a sheen to it. It is so soft and pretty, and I'm disappointed that it's not carrying over. Can you see that sheen? Ties beautiful bows. And do you see my shimmery stars? I created those with my frost white shimmer paint with my sponge dauber. So easy. Yeah, it's a nice set. I'm surprised that it is actually retiring. And then of course we are using some Whisper White Craft ink. I almost never use this because I never remember to use it. And then this here piece is heat embossed. So Let's get started here. So this is our card front. Now I find sometimes if you haven't used your craft ink pad in a while, I had to take my spoon and see how it's kind of dryish. But there is plenty of ink in here. So to reactivate that ink and bring it up to the top, all you have to do is take a smooth, flat surfaced item that doesn't have any jagged bits to it, and just work that pad. As you can see some ink has bubbled up there. It's just settled down. So if you just do that, you're going to bring that ink back. See all that on there. So just move that to the side so I don't put my hand in it. And look at that. You've got lots of ink on there now. Okay, so I want to actually move my craft mat out of the way, and I am just going to randomly stamp this around on my card front. So I'm going to go one up here, and I'm going to leave this for a moment longer than normal so that the ink transfers, and this will sink in and get lighter as it does, as the ink sinks into that cardstock. And I know I'm going to be putting this right about here. So I want to make sure, I'm just putting that there so I can see that I know that I need to have my image stamped more to the center, so that I just want that tiny bit poking out underneath, so that when I put that like that, I've got that little bit there. And just like the last, I am flipping it back and forth as I go down that card front. Okay, move that to the side just for a moment, and then this is the second smallest stitched circles from the Stitch Shape dies, and I am just right in the center, stamping down. And I wanted to get all of this done first so it had some time to dry before I go to put it all together. All right, and then, so let's... Good morning, Jasmine, how are you? All right, so to get the ink from your ink pot here, shake it up, and you've got plenty of ink in that lid. So you're just going to take your sponge dauber and pick it up, as you can see, and then I'm just going to tap it on my stamp and holding it for a moment as well, stamp it down. So you're just going to repeat that process. You've got plenty of ink on that sponge dauber, so you don't need to keep going at that lid. And although the photos that I took don't really do it justice, you can't really see too awful well. But in person, again, I'm using that scalloped circle to judge whereabouts, because I do want a few of the stars to poke through there. So I wanted to put that down to judge whereabouts I'm going to be stamping my stars. And you're just going to random stamp wherever you want them. There is no rhyme or reason for mine. I'm just moving my stars around as I'm doing it. So this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. Do you guys have plans? Since we can't go out anywhere, do you order in? Does your family cook for you? I'd love to hear what you guys are doing this year. And then you can always come back in after you've got your scalloped circle on there and add a few more here and there if you think you need just a couple more. And one of these pots is going to last you an awful long time. All right, so now I'm going to just move this to the side because I want it to dry as well as that. And I'm going to take, sadly, our embossing buddy retired. I'm going to take my happy birthday stamp and my Versamark ink pad. And it is slightly pink because of that technique that I did a little while back with my lovely lipstick. Okay, so I'm inking this up, making sure that it's well covered. You haven't heard from the kids yet. 2 of my kids live here out of the 3 at the moment, so I don't know what we're gonna do, whether we're gonna order takeout or if they will barbecue me something. All right, so now I'm just taking some white embossed powder and I'm just gonna scoop some up and pour it over top. And I think I got good coverage, but let's just... Sometimes what I like to do is tap it from underneath, just gently. I find that it helps those little bits of embossing powder really kind of sink into that Versamark. So there, I've got a good coverage. Move this off to the side. And with your heat gun, now this is going to be a little noisy, I do apologize. Like I've said before, heat it up first before you come at your embossing powder. It activates the embossing powder so much faster. You can come at it from below or above. And there's that magic as it starts to melt that embossing powder. And once it's all shiny, it's done. So there you have your embossed, turn it the other way, sentiment. All right, so let's start to assemble this. Give that a moment before I start to cut it for the embossing powder to cool, because it will be hot, and if you touch it too soon, you're going to leave a fingerprint in it, and that would not be good. Good morning, Monica. How are you? Okay, my mint macaron down. And now my stamped card front. And all of the measurements will be on my blog. The post goes live in half an hour at 11 a.m. I'm trying not to put my fingers in the stamped areas in case they are still a little wet. Okay. Layering this on so that just a hint of it peeks through. Okay, so now let me grab my snail, and I'm gonna go one, fold it across, and fold it back. So I know that I need to snip that right about here. And those are not my ribbon scissors, so they don't do a fabulous job. So let's just, I have separate scissors that are strictly ribbon scissors, so they have the little ribbon on it. So what I'm going to do is take some snail, which is now gone. I believe it is retiring, so I should say it's retired. It went quickly. So I am just weaving this back and forth, and I've probably cut too much ribbon. Oh, yes, I did. That's okay. And let's take that off. And the reason I use snail is because in case I have it going the wrong way, let me just flip that over. Yeah, I've got it so that it's there. I've put my strips on sideways. So my strips of snail. I find that if I run a bit of snail across the back first, my ribbon sticks easier that way. All right, so leave that for a moment and let's cut and then bring in my pearls for the end part. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing. Hello, Mary. Colorado. What's the weather in Colorado like right now? we have so many of the spring blossoms flowering. When Danielle and I were in the woods yesterday on the path, it's a conservation trail, because there was nobody else in there first thing in the morning, the scent of the wildflowers was just amazing. It was so beautiful and peaceful in there. I'm hoping it's going to be nice tomorrow, nicer tomorrow morning, because we're going to be doing our running again tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. So I don't want it to be too awful chilly for us. All right, so I'm just going to take little snippets here of my dimensionals, because I'm going to pop this up, and I don't want any poking through, so I'm just taking my scissors and cutting little strips to pop this up. Whoa, did you guys hear that? I'm sorry. My stomach just growled big time. I did have breakfast, but I've been up for quite a long time now. I had my toast at 7 a.m. and my stomach is telling me that it's time for my morning snack. So all right. So then we're just going to take our happy birthday and put it right across the center here. Make sure that it's, oh, it's a little low. There we go. All right, and I'm still not happy with that, with the ribbon, so what I'm going to do, that's the beauty of using some tape on the back, is I can now get that completely straight across by doing it that way. Turn this so that I am now going to go back and forth this way so that it's there. I like that so much better. And then just snip that and that. And then we need some dimensionals. So let's just I have to open up a big pack of the regular size. And I haven't done that yet, so I'm using my babies this morning. Okay. I'm peeling the backing off with excuse me, super short nails is so difficult. And it wants to pull up. That ribbon. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, cards don't have to be really fussy and detailed all the time, especially if you're wanting to get a quick card done to pop in the mail or drop off to somebody. Having a quick and easy type of card is, oh, let's bring you up just a smidge, is rather nice, so that you can just quickly either mass produce or bring in just make the one. So now we need some pearls. So as always, I like to use my liquid glue to make sure my pearls are not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool to pick up off of the sheet. And 3. And there you have my second card. Easy cards are hard for you to do. Really simple cards. Oh, I forgot to put my something on the inside. Really easy cards. The simple stamping I really struggle with, where simple stamping is no embellishments, no dies or punches generally, no layers. I find that can be quite tricky. And unfortunately, because let's just wipe this off. Because your card front has the shimmery paint and the white paint, white craft ink, you won't see that on the Whisper White insert. So I just quickly cleaned off my stars and pulled in my mint macaron, and there we've got a little bit of stamped love on the inside. Doesn't quite match the outside, but it's better to have a little something on the inside than not at all, I think. All right, so there we have 2 cards, and it is still just over, it's just past 10:30, so I thought it would take me a little bit longer to do those 2 cards. So if you are needing any supplies, if you live in Canada and don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you currently work with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. Please use the May host code when shopping my online store. I truly do appreciate you guys taking a few moments of your day to join me. I hope I have inspired you to get you some crafting going today. I think I'll be doing a bit more. I have to shoot a video. Thursday is the Creating Kindness Design Team blog and video hop, so I have my card already created. I just have to do a video for it, so I will be doing that, of course, after I have my morning snack to quell the growling stomach. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, sharing is caring. Please share my video, and I will see you on Wednesday for some more crafting fun. So have a fabulous day, everybody, and I will be back in a couple days. Bye for now.